Toen Leonie bij ons kwam wonen, toen heeft zij een hele periode zich eigenlijk heel verloren en heel alleen gevoeld. En omdat zij eigenlijk geen heimwee wilde ze ook helemaal niks aan de wanden van de kamer. Geen foto's, geen schilderijen, nog geen wajangpop. Want zij zegt, ja, als ik dat allemaal laat ophangen, dan herinnert mij dat te veel. En dan word ik nog verdrietiger dan ik al ben. En Leonie vertelde ook dat het liedje haar heel veel kracht geeft en troost geeft. En op momenten dat zij zich dus zo verloren en alleen voelt bij ons, dan gaat ze dat liedje zingen. En Leonie vertelde ook dat die Japanse soldaat haar ook iets heeft laten zien van de goedheid van die Japanse soldaat. En ze zei, ja, dat is eigenlijk in schril contrast met wat wij kennen van de Jappen.
Hello, I am Rinku, and today we are joined by Amalia and Ati. They're here to talk about the Melody Memory Project, how music, memory, and human rights connect in the most unexpected ways. What started here in a nursing home in the Netherlands has grown into a story about heritage, dignity, and reconciliation. Amalia, Ati, let's start at the beginning. How do you know each other and how did this project start?
Thank you, Rinku. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I am Amalia from Utomo. I am chair of Alzheimer Indonesia Netherlands. We are an organization in the Netherlands, NGO. The objective of our NGO is for accessing Indonesian migrants with the Indonesian background, culture and roots in the Netherlands, which is a lot. It's reflecting from the past already between the Netherlands and Indonesia. And to raise awareness in Alzheimer's, healthy aging, and that's including everything cultural. And I am living in the Netherlands for almost 10 years. And Ati is actually, we are working together back in Jakarta, is also coming back to our roots in Jakarta.
Yeah.
And Ati is like 3-4 years ago?
No, actually I moved here 2 years ago.
2 years ago, and then yeah.
Yeah, I'm a filmmaker, but I met Amalia through work in Indonesia while we were working in advertising. So I used to be a film director for TV commercials in Indonesia. So and then I moved here. Of course, we reconnected, and yeah, it all. After so many meetings, then she got me involved in this beautiful project, and I thought, okay, I'll jump in.
Yeah, and then you asked about how the
So
well, Melody Memory Project is actually one of our activities. We call it ALZI Netherlands. It's like Alzheimer's Indonesia Netherlands. We are like shortening it ALZI Netherlands. ALZI Netherlands is we are activities is we are pure voluntary work. So I am really like this is opportunity as well to thank every volunteers and everybody who is involved in this project. You guys are totally awesome volunteers. Really honored to working with all volunteers. And we have a CEO, we call it. We have communications, educations, and outreach. And as you know, with the East cultures or Southeast Asia cultures, it's a little bit different especially in the Netherlands. Well, everything is so direct. And we try to combine how to raise the awareness, the educations, the knowledge, to get easier to the communities, to Indonesian communities. And from there, from learning process as well, we know that through cultures, culinary, and music is easier, it's more relaxed. So combining, so we find more and more tools to raise awareness and also the education tools from cultures and also culinary. And this Melody Memory Project is also initiated 2021. We started in Bali. I think everybody knows Bali, one of the most famous and popular island in Indonesia, in a small village in Desa Pinde, it's called in Bali, where we start Melody Memory Project. When the man, the elderly, the man is playing the gamelan, and the woman, the wife, is dancing, Balinese dancing. And the grandkids and the kids and the children is also there. So it's a family gathering, it's also culinary gathering, along with the health check, cognitive check, and also information on healthy aging and Alzheimer's through the family and the society as well. And then from there we are going to Yogyakarta with different culture, and then last year we brought it to the Netherlands, and this is why Ati is coming as well to. It's not just a project in an event, but we want to make documentary and make it more long last to the generation, because it's a heritage as well.
So the film that you made, we follow Leonie. So
Yes.
can you talk us through on how that happened? How did you meet her, and how her story came through?
Yeah. So as we were researching for the subject, because we had a few candidates taken from because with the Melody Memory Project we had the opportunity to visit a few different nursing homes here in the Netherlands. But then one of our colleague in the team, she suggested, "Oh, I met this wonderful lady from the nursing home in Wageningen. Her name is Leonie. She moved here when she was 6 years old, and she has shared with me such beautiful stories. And the thing that struck me the most is because she had this one particular song, which was a lullaby, through a very, very short encounter, a brief encounter with a Japanese soldier during the Japanese occupancy in Indonesia back then. And she learned this song through him, and that changed her life completely. Changed how she viewed the war, how she viewed life itself, and how, yeah, I call this film the soundtrack of life, because the experience has become her emotional DNA. Because through this experience, she was able to look at the human side of the other people, and I find that really beautiful.
But how does this personally resonate with you, the film? Sorry.
Yeah. Personally, this resonates with me very well, because my father also is navigating his own journey with dementia, and I think things happen for a reason, and I really believe that. So when we started shooting the film, I just got the news from Indonesia that my father got a proper diagnosis from the doctor, saying that he has dementia, and that I took it really hard, and throughout the project it was just so confusing for me. It was very emotional, and in fact, if you remember, because our colleague also in the team, she took some behind the scenes videos and photos showing me crying in some of the shots, because it had a really deep impact on me personally. But then working on this project gave me hope. It gave me a further understanding of how music could actually connect you with people, how it can create a bridge between people, between, you know, like for instance, with dementia patients, how it could bridge between the person and the loved ones, the family, friends, and even the caregivers through music. And I've seen that happen throughout all these melody memory projects, because we always, the Alzheimer Indonesia Netherlands organized the musical projects for the nursing homes all around the Netherlands. And I've witnessed how the music brought life to these people. Somehow the music, you know, especially in the case of dementia patients, that sort of gave them voice. And also the way I treated this project with Leonie, I didn't see her as somebody with dementia. I wanted to dig into her as a human. What is her story? What is her passion? What is her legacy? So, and yeah, through music you can bring this all out, and I find that really beautiful.
And when you found out about her advocacy with the peace exchange, could you sort of elaborate a little bit on it, and this is like a great turning point also in a film, you know, the forgiveness, the act of kindness. So just talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. Yeah, because through her encounter with the Japanese soldier back then, it kept her wondering about this person, and somehow she managed to empathize with the Japanese soldier, even though he was on the other side of, you know what I mean? It's like the opposition. But she managed to see the humanity in this whole situation, because the man actually empathized with her. She was only 3 years old, but then he saw her dying with sickness, and back then the hospital didn't have any medicine, didn't have proper rooms, so then he came to comfort her, and because of that, she remembered that well, and she took the positive side of the whole experience. And yeah, again, to be able to see the humanity, this small act of kindness, I think that's what's really needed these days, and it resonates with today's happenings. I don't know if that answered your question.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And do you have something to say about this, Amalia?
Yeah, I'm to be honest, personally, and I think the team feel it as well, we are really deep to this project at the end, because like I mentioned before, the project start from a simple initiative to combine how to spread the awareness and the culture. And then from little village in Bali, we brought it in the Netherlands. And with the help of the Netherlands funding as well, we can do it in the in elderly homes, long-term care facilities with the Indonesian roots residents and the families. So it's a long journey already to the Netherlands. And then, like Ati mentioned, along the way, it's almost every month we did it with different kind of theme, stories. September's we're doing with the Maluku, serenades of Maluku for the people with the Maluku background. And the next October, the next month, we are doing it for keroncong, and then the next month we're doing it with gamelan, like the instrument. So we try to different kind of theme. It's from the musical instruments across Indonesia that people here with Indonesian roots knows and feel. And then from there, we saw that it's more than just a Alzheimer's awareness. It's more into emotional connection. It's more into the family bonding, and it's more into the confidence of the elderly itself, that they are somehow like throwing back to, it's like us. I am Gen X, yeah. And then when I heard, I know the music now, yeah, okay, I know. But when I hear Michael Jackson or George Michael or whatever, it's, I know exactly the words, even the, yeah, you know exactly, like out of your, it's like, and the memory is like, when I am, high school and biking in the, yeah, it's just, and that's us. And that's also happened to the people 70s, 80s as well, even Leonie, that throw back like 80 years from, ago. Yeah. And from there, finding the story of Leonie, and I hope the viewers here will watch the movie after this or before, that the stories is, we never imagined that we can like going through deep and finding one person that having a real deep connection is like a mix of the soul, emotion, families, the past, the future, and now Leonie lives in the present and resembles still what happens to the world today. We are Alzheimer's Indonesia Netherlands. We are nothing to do with politics or whatever is happening, but it resembles. I have a goosebumps, and it's just and we keep saying like the world is not learning. It's happening again, but wow, there's a lot of Leonies out there. So it's like, for me, it's like the project is from a project and then becoming a documentary film, and then these stories, and we hope we can bring the message across to everybody.
It's she could have brought hate or revenge, and because through this peace exchange, she's advocating, to see the other side of the situation and to get rid of all the hate. And it's incredible how a small act of kindness can actually change. We do have the hope here. Can actually change the world.
And can you imagine, Leonie? How old is she now?
And she's 83, and 83. This happened about 80 years ago, and that still lives in her. So instead of, of course, she has all this traumatic experience with the war, but instead she chooses to, put this feeling in the pedestal and try to bring about peace.
And I mean, like,
amazing.
Yeah, I mean, like us, we are in like 30s, 40s, 50s, but Leonie in the 80s and Leonie is living with dementia. But when you watch the documentary, I think she spoke 3 languages.
Yeah,
clearly, and remember, and so positive, and
actually, when I shared this with my acquaintances or friends, families, they actually didn't expect that she had dementia because how fluent she speaks of, because she's really passionate about it, and it really shows.
I mean, your project just goes to show that a person's worth is not tied to their cognitive functions.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
It's their experiences, their past, all plays a role.
Yeah.
And I think this is the wonderful thing about with music, because it bridges you to the past, and it connects multi-generations, and yeah, that's the wonderful thing about it.
Yeah. The simple thing is just like we shared, just reflecting to yourself. What if we are doing with the music when we are going to the concert or the cafe, or just listening in the car, or with your headphones or AirPods, biking or in the train? Sometimes you just like your memory coming back, and then your playlist, and it just resembles you. So yeah, music is universal, but also really personal. So it's interesting.
Also, you spoke about the minority groups that you would like to bring this project to. Have you already done that, or where are you at that?
Yeah, I think it resembles the Indonesian as well here in the Netherlands, because in the Netherlands, people with Indonesian background and roots, we are the number 4 in the Netherlands. The number 1 is Turkeys, Moroccans, and Surinams, and we are the 4th. So we are considering the minority in the Netherlands, although we have a lot of families and peoples here already living in the Netherlands from the 50s. But culturally, we are easy to integrate. It looks easy, but it's not easy to accessing minority groups. It's easy to mix with culture, that's why. So in this project, and also the objective of the organization is with this, and Indonesian is just not just Indonesian, because of the first, second, and generation who's already moved to the Netherlands, they have the second generation, the third generation, which is. So within that minority, where the children and grandchildren, they don't think they are minority because they are born and raised in the Netherlands, but the roots, it's minority groups. And it's not easy, because sometimes minority groups, we are living in our own bubble. We think that we are integrated, but not. So to accessing that, and we are raising awareness to the particular here to the Netherlands government, and also to global, that we need more and more awareness on this, because like Leonie, it's from 3 years old, a lullaby, and then now 80 years. With this population as well, it's coming there. It's coming. If you're not tackle it and paying more attention to the minority groups, it can be more challenging in the future as well to understand, because the world again is getting more liquid. Everybody is just mixed, and so we have to be open-minded for the minority groups and working together.
So it's like, it's like keeping traditions alive and sort of validating and reclaiming your own identity.
Yeah, and working together. To be honest, sometimes we think that, of course, culture is the thing that you can learn, but it's you're born and raised with it. So working together, collaborate, involve the minority people with the minority background that you need to deal with. Involve them in your research, in your group discussions or collaborations, organizations, communities, churches, culinary, mosque or spirituals, everything. Involve them into the activities. I think it's the the source, the real source. So you get insights from them, from us. The project and the film, and we have actually, aside from the film, we have also a photo series, photo exhibitions as well. It's our colleague photographers, Ella Stuhusula as well, but unfortunately she cannot be here today. But hopefully in the future we will have the exhibitions maybe in the Netherlands and also abroad. But we are planning to bring back this project back to Indonesia. And now we are trying to have the Melody Memory Project in Lombok. It's a really small island next to Bali. Behind, it's a low middle income countries village, I might say. So we try to make it there. Also, we hope we can working together with local photographers and local Ati there, local. So we try to bring as well local talents. So maybe if they can be speak out to the world what's happening there. It's a minority as well. They are really in the east of Indonesia, in the small village. So if they can speak as well, so we going to try to find the village talents like the future of Ati, hopefully, and Ati inspires them. They saw the film as well. So yeah, that's the next project, and hopefully it will be done next month or in the next 2 months. So hopefully.
And we have a book project as well.
Yes.
The book actually features the photos done by our colleague Alice, photographer, and also there would be the link to the documentary film in there as well. And for me personally, I love to tell stories of people, the uncovered, the soft stories that has a great impact on something else, and I think I will always look for those stories. So I hope there will be more opportunities coming my way. So
the impact of what's happening with Leonie's life, in this case the war in the past, Indonesia, the Dutch and Japanese, there's always, like Ati said, the opponents, the other side. But humanity, it's there. It's just a human being. Then considers that in the future there will be a lot of Leonis. Think about when you make the policy in the long-term scale, the effect is not just a physical damage, but it's also a mental damage. It's not only your parts of your body damage, but it's also your cognitive damage, the brain. So the long-term effect of the world, and we have to be prepared for that. It's really important. And post-traumatic, long-term care facilities. So healthy aging is not start when you are 50s, 60s, or 70s, or 80s. But actually, healthy aging is started when 3 years old already. So it's a long term. If we don't act now, or other organization or policymakers, or we have to do it. And I think we have to act now for this.
And if I may add, I would like to quote from one of the interviews in the documentary, that there are no winners in every war, there are only victims. So I just want to say, I hope there's an end to all the wars in the world. We really don't need more wars. That's what I would like to say.
Well, thank you so much. Think about one single act of kindness, completely unexpected, a simple lullaby, how that can shape an entire life, how it can echo across generations, even inspire a global mission for peace. Thank you for joining us today. See you next time.